Cyberpunk 2077. What'd you think of it? Did you like it? What's up, everyone? It's been a while. Just wanted to keep it really chill here in this channel, and I'm going to try a little something different and just kind of talk about this late bloomer Cyberpunk 2077 review. It's going to be unfiltered, it's going to be unedited, unbiased, that kind of thing. So if you're here, thank you. And we're just going to chat. And so I'm going to tell you my thoughts on Cyberpunk and what I thought about it. I have about at least over 100 hours in the game. I've completed 2 playthroughs, and like I do with all RPGs, the third one is usually the most comprehensive. Now that I know where things are, what decisions are made and what they mean. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 100% as much as I can, because sometimes they get tedious and I'm like, I don't feel like doing it. And set myself up for when the DLCs come out and the fixes and stuff like that. That way, when the DLCs come out, I just jump right on and I'm fresh. It's like, being at a bus stop. You pick up and go to your next stop. I don't know. So my thoughts on the game. I will just, I guess, talk about the things I liked, and then talk about the bugs and stuff that are there. So I was very fortunate to play with the 3080. I got that close to Christmas because they're very hard to come by. And I was very lucky enough to get one. I had to buy a PC, which is fine because upgrades, it's okay. I've been saving for upgrade anyways, so I decided to do that. So I was able to play with the 3080 at ultra settings, maxed out everything, and on PC. And PC is the best version of the game. And I didn't have any crashes, any game-breaking bugs. I think more or less it's the immersion kind of issues that take you out of that immersiveness that they really wanted to highlight and really wanted to emphasize. And that's kind of the stuff that I ran into. Let's talk about the positives, things I loved, things that were great. Graphics are amazing. Really top notch. I think they definitely set the standard on that one. The character models are very realistic looking. The hair models are just fun to play with, and they're realistic in their movements. Glasses, shades are super fun to use. Teeth, body parts, those are all things that they did really well, and that was great. So on graphics, it's an amazing game. The lighting, visuals, textures, everything's fun in the game. Everything's fun to live in and to play in. Another thing that was great was the world. The world they created, Night City, is amazing to be in, amazing to play in. I found myself having a lot of fun just turning the corner and walking down a crazy alley where people are just laying on the ground, tweaking, doing things they shouldn't be doing. And I'm just like, whoa, dude, like, this is immersion right here. The garbage on the ground, the things on the ground, NPCs moving around, laying back, smoking. It's just, I was like, okay, this is cool, and the Badlands, going out in the Badlands, it's all desert, but it felt right. Like they had little cities, little camps or whatever out there, and it just felt right. I enjoyed that, and you can see the city far off in the distance, and that was cool. So the world is fantastic. 10 out of 10 for those things. The story was fantastic as well. 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Although a little short, and you can tell some things were kind of missing. There just needed to be a little more dialogue with that. And since we're on it, I'm just going to talk about it. Um, those were the things where it's like if you went into a romance, or you finished that scene or whatever it is, and that's it. There's no more. You get three dialogue options of chatting to your romance or to your friend, and there needed to be more. There needs to be like kind of like Fallout, where at least maybe that wasn't a deep, story with your characters, and yeah, maybe you do a side quest and you unlock some stuff, and you get the sense that you're a little closer. But one thing I think they did right is having that character, any character, be your companion and battle it out with you, and make some certain banter and stuff. Like Dragon Age, I think is doing it perfect in my taste, where you can have your squad and whatever, and if you come up to a certain decision, your squad mates will have some sort of banter or reply to, like, you're really gonna do that? Like, ugh, that's kind of lame. So stuff like that are missing in the game, I think, with or not missing, but it would have added to make this out to be the RPG they promised to be. So story wise, it was fantastic. The endings are all they're different. I mean, you can't really expect you're gonna they would have to make three complete different games, which, what would be kind of interesting actually, if they were like, hey, we're gonna do one life path every year or something like that. Here's one, there you go, have at it. Here's two, there you go, have at it. And then we'll do this epic trio. I don't know. That actually sounds pretty cool. It would be very patient on our side. We would have to be very patient, but I wouldn't mind that idea. Anyway, sidetracking. You can tell I really like talking about this stuff. So yeah, I like the story was fantastic. Endings were fantastic. I feel like you got a lot of different endings. Some are sad, and man, they really bring you in, especially if you're locked in with the characters. Really bring you in. So yeah, I really enjoyed the story. Johnny Silverhand and yourself is Keanu Reeves plays it really well. I enjoyed that. Jackie was great too, your friend that you meet in the beginning. Every character really, really didn't let me down, and I was fully immersed. Pan Am was a very interesting surprise in the game. So was Judy. Just a lot of good characters in that game, and I really enjoyed that. And it just felt like it needed just a bit more to really, really make it something really substantial as far as that end. But I really enjoyed that story. What else do we have? Music. Oh my gosh, I'm a musician. I don't know if you can tell right there. I got my guitar, and the music was fantastic, man. It really brought you in when you go into that first mission with the scavs, and you hear that just bumping. Man, you're playing something special. And yeah, just really good music. Even in the ending, they have these really slow, soft tones that build and really bring you in to what's next for V. And it's just amazing. I enjoyed the music very much. So those things were good. That's just off of the top of my head that I can think about. So let's just talk about what it wasn't the perfect game. It was, and obviously we don't expect it to be perfect, but it wasn't, I feel, for me, what I expected. And I feel like I have some realistic expectations. I'm a huge fan of BioWare RPGs. Right now Baldur's Gate is out too, and that's an early access. So I'm a big fan of RPGs. Cold Tour 2, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna get into them, but I really enjoyed them. I really enjoy them very much. Um, so what I'm thinking is, uh, I feel like Cyberpunk kind of fell short a bit with that, and they did say that this was going to be the new standard of RPGs, and it's not. It actually fell below standard, and and that's where it didn't meet my expectation. Um, so the bugs are there. Like I said, I didn't have a crash. I actually did have one. I know what I just said. Um, because I just remembered. It was one, but that was like after the second playthrough, and I was just walking somewhere and it crashed. But the problem with that is I wasn't sure if I was going to mention it, because the problem with that is I got a new PC with that, and there's some issues with the PC, and that's kind of why I kind of let that go. And I wasn't really thinking of mentioning it, but hey, unfiltered, unbiased, right? That's what I'm doing. Believe me, I'm being truthful here with you. So yeah, there are bugs. It does take you out of the immersion. Sometimes, when you're talking to a character and they're walking and they go up the stairs, they kind of just, woo, they don't walk realistically up the stairs. They just go up on top. I didn't have any floating guns and stuff like that. Thankfully, my gosh, that looked stupid. And I would have been like, I'm gonna wait for the game. Cars, and there was one, the Sinner mission. Basically, a mission was bugged for me, and it was just weird. Cars would go fast. It just very unrealistic, crashing, and frame rates were weird. Sounds, dialogue wouldn't play. It was just it's there. It's definitely there. So I mean, that's kind of what I've experienced. I don't want to dwell too much on it either, because it's everywhere. Everyone knows about it, and I think they're doing the right thing about focusing on those patches and fixing that. So that's kind of what I think about Cyberpunk there. I will just bring up some points and things that I think that would make it better. I don't think they're going to add anything new really to make the game what we expected. I think this is the game we got. They're going to optimize it, hopefully. And then they're going to add DLC. I'm hoping for like a 40-hour DLC, to be honest. I wouldn't mind paying like $30-$40. I really wouldn't, as long as they just give us what they promised. And anyways, so here are some few things that I think that should be added or improved in the game, hopefully in the next like 6 months or within the year, which is sad to say because we waited 8 years for the game, and then we're like here hoping for the next stuff because it needs work. So I think, remember they said they wanted to be the standard, and if you and so one of the things is drinking / eating animations when you're out and about. That was one of the things that took me out of the immersion. I was like, dude, all right, hey, I look good, my stats are high, I got the suit, and I want to live out in the city and just go for a drink, go for something to eat, just experience that, have a little chat with the bartender or with the restaurant person. I don't care if it's like, hey, what are you doing? What do you like to order? And maybe 2 options of like, hey, I'd like the steak. Oh, I'd like some fries and a burger, and frankly, that wasn't there. You talk to the bartender, hey, I would like a drink. And he even says like, hey, what's your specialty? And it brings up a menu, a different menu, and you click on it, you say use, it just disappears. So that really, really takes you out of the immersion. That is below standard. Um, Grand Theft Auto. Well, how old is that game? I can't remember. It's like at least 5 years old or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But you can you can put a cigarette smoke, you can drink, you can eat a snack. That's the standard right there. So they need to add that. I would like them to add that. I would like them to add that. That's more of an accurate thing to say. A preview option for buying clothes. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So the only way you can, if you go to a shop and you're looking for clothes, which is the thing to do in Night City, and you're gonna buy clothes, there's no preview option like in Red Dead Redemption, where you can see what you're wearing, try it on, and then you don't like it, you don't buy it. Here you have to buy it and then see how it looks on you, and if you don't like it, you reload, and which I guess is okay, but that's not really the standard I want to see. That's not the standard I want to have. So that's below standard. More reasons to go to your apartment. Hey, maybe your romance can pay a visit. That is one of the relationship things that I think the game is lacking. Not only just relationship, but a friend thing. Like, hey, maybe have a friend over and you just hang out, and I don't know, you go out to eat, and or you just go out on a mission or something like that together. I think I would like to see that, because right now there's no reason to go back to your apartment. Really, I went there rarely, and it was only to sleep, because that advances the time in a more fun, realistic way, which I wanted to play into. But in reality, you can just go to the menu and advance the time in for whatever 24 hours, which is really immersion breaking for me. And so I just was like, hey, I'm gonna go. Literally, I said I'm gonna go to my apartment. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna take off all my clothes. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna use the mirror and hope I can brush my teeth or fix my hair or whatever, which you can't do, and go to sleep, wake up, do the mission. But there's really no reason to go back to your apartment, which is kind of disappointing. There's no real reason to keep on coming back. Yeah, I already talked about that. So tag along companions, I talked about that. End game playability. Would like to play the game for a bit with the choices you made. Unfortunately, once you get to a certain point, and there is a point of no return, and you play your ending, and once you're done with that ending, you come back as if nothing has happened. You get some gear for finishing the game. So you get some perks and stuff. Not perks, but like clothing or whatever it is. Those kind of perks. And that's it. There's no real continuation. So I don't know. I it's kind of like, it's okay, but not really. Is that the standard? I don't know. I kind of expected more with that. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the game. That's what I would like to see get better. And yeah, those are my quick thoughts on Cyberpunk. I appreciate that for anyone that came here and watched this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I also want to say I appreciate, because that helps me out a lot. I really appreciate for the last video I did, for your response, and that was really fun, and I appreciate that. So if you want more videos like this, I'll probably make one with just maybe gameplay, but I just wanted to throw out a video and just talk about it with you guys and see what you think. So thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for hanging out. This is just stuff I like to talk about, and I just did this in an unfiltered way just to try it out, and it's fun for me. So if you enjoyed it, that's great. So I'll see you next time. And thanks so much. I hope you have a great day. And happy 2021. Yeah. Bye bye.